Good morning, everyone. Jim Hodges here. Josie here. Josie is a 10-month-old Boston Terrier, came in for our residency training program. Really energetic, really willful, stubborn, dominant, if you will. Not aggressive, but dominant, assertive in her being. She wants things the way she wants them. Ideally demonstrated with her is when walking on a leash. She did not like walking on a leash. She would do the gator roll and fall on the ground, bite the leash. She would do all kinds of things to avoid it. That's going to happen with a lot of you out there as well. The thing that you have to do is just be persistent, try to motivate, and try to let her know that those things aren't going to work. And the best way you need to do that is with a professional trainer, okay? Because she was pretty strong, and I've seen other dogs strong like that. One of the reasons I am actually putting together a How to Walk Your Dog on a Leash series that'll be available sometime. But she's a really good girl. We have the puppy pinch collar on her. There's a right way and a wrong way to use it. Only use it if you're working with a professional trainer. We have the rubber contacts on it to make it soft, but I still like to provide a consequence or touch, as I'll say in the video, just like another dog biting. So it's not designed to hurt, it's just designed to let her know when she's doing something that we don't like. You ready, sweetheart? So the important thing is when she's looking at us, we want to praise her, we want to be upbeat, we want to be positive, but when we ask her to do something, she has to do it. If she doesn't do it, we need to be ready and we need to provide a consequence. That consequence is words and touch. Touch this way will be a tap of the leash. That's all we need to do, okay? So she's not in a command right now. She's fine as long as she's not pulling on a leash. You ready, sweetheart? Let's go. So let's go with our walking command. We want her right here. We don't want her way back. Good girl. We don't want her way back. We want her walking with us, watching us and being happy. One of the things I did with her is once she started getting over that curve of fighting the leash all the time, I started rewarding her when she was walking with me exactly the way I envisioned and the way I wanted it. Watch what I do. If you're capable of doing that, fine. Treats are wonderful. We want to praise with words, touch, treat, toy, positive emotion, okay? But treats don't have to be forever, okay? Treats are designed to reward a job well done. They're also used to help teach and tease and lure our dog to learn. But after that, we want to make sure a positive emotion, a toy, our praise, our touch, all of those things come into play. Let's go. Good girl. So we're walking, notice how she's walking to me, we slow down, good girl. I'm gonna reach down, give her a treat, you notice, good girl. I sort of pet her while we were walking. Good, look how she's watching me. That is so good. Come on, let's go. Sit, hand signal for sit. If I tell her to sit, she has to sit. If she was to get up from that sit, I would tap that leash straight up above her head and I would say, no, sit, and then I would come back. Good girl. I'd always provide praise after a consequence, but she has to hold it. Now, I'm not going to make her hold it for a long time, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute at the most, okay? So now when we finish with the sit, I can go to another command. I could do let's go, or I could break. Atta girl. Notice the break is my release command, okay? And when I did that, I brought my hand right here. I use treats to begin with to teach that, is to get her to see that I am the center of the universe. Now it's pet love as well, okay? So we don't always have to use a treat. Good girl. Why did I praise that? Because she's doing exactly what I want. I forgot to say with the let's go while ago when we're walking, her job is to be right here. Our job is to keep her right here. If she starts to go out this way or this way or this way, we're gonna tap the leash back to our side. So it would be like this, or like this, okay? And we would tell her, no, let's go. And as soon as she's back into place, or where we want her, we're gonna reward her and tell her good girl with our praise. Let's go, okay? So sit, good. Now hand signal for sit, and like I said, she has to hold that sit until I release her. Well, good job. So now, you notice she started to get up. If that was something that we don't want, which I didn't want, we need to be aware of it. So next time we go around, we wait for her to get up. If she starts to get up, we're gonna bite immediately. If she does something once, she's gonna do it again and again. We need to be ready to fix it, okay? Down. Good girl. Hand signal from the side, down. Down means down. It means to hold the down. It means not to smell the ground. Now, if I go stay, like I did there, now she can relax. In a normal down, she needs to watch for me. In a stay, it means you can sort of tune this out for a while. I like to do, especially with dominant dogs, I like to do down stays every day for the first month or so, okay? And a down stay starts at 5 minutes and works its way up to 30 minutes. She has to stay there. If she, and as I said, she can smell the ground. If she started to pick up a rock though, I would bite her for that, because that is not something that we're gonna have. If she didn't down or she started to get up, this is her head, it would be no, down, just like that, or no, down, just like that. And then what am I gonna do once she does it? I'm gonna praise her. Good girl, look how she's holding it. Look how she's watching. You know, there's only one perfect being that ever walked this earth, and it's not her, and it's definitely not me, okay? We're gonna make mistakes. We're 10 days, 11 days into this, and she is doing a wonderful job. I may mess up with her, she may, but it's all part of the learning process. When we do make a mistake, we always come back to it and work it over and over again till we get it right. Good girl. Sit. Come on. That's it. Good girl. Notice my encouragement when I told her to sit. If I'd have just gone sit, she might not have done it. I was trying to uplift her with my emotion. Break. Good girl. Let's go. So the DOWN is from the side like this. Sit. Good. Down. That's from in front. Atta girl. So now, what I could do right now is I could go back to the let's go. I could ask her to SIT. I could break her, or I could do the COME command. Watch what I do. Come. Good. She comes and sits right in front of me. Good girl. I pat her and love her. I could give her a treat for that. Break. One of the questions that we have with her is inside to get her to do these things. So what I would do outside or inside, if we want to teach that recall command, is the first thing we don't do is we never tell her to come or any command unless we know they're going to do it or we're in a position to make him do it, okay? Let's go. So what would happen is she's in the house and running around, and we're going to go, Josie, look, come. Good girl, break. If she was off leash, I don't mind if she sat or not. My dogs sit to me when they come. But if you go back and play that, I did not tell her to come until I got her attention with the treat or whatnot, and she started to come. Once she committed to come to me, she had positive thoughts. I embraced that with my command. Why? Because I won't come to be something she really wants to do. I'm never going to punish her or bite her for when she comes to me. If she does something wrong, I'm going to go get her and provide a consequence. Also, if she comes to me, I'm not going to go put her on a leash or go do something she doesn't want. I always want that come to be something that she's going to feel comfortable to come to me, and nothing bad's going to happen in her mind, okay? So it could be a consequence. It could just be a matter of you putting her on a leash and going to put her up. We have to break that up, if you will. Let's go. Good girl. Atta girl. I'm a patter. Didn't give her a treat that time. Another thing we want to do is teach her to load up. Atta girl. Good girl. Break. Another thing she likes to do is jump up on people. We don't want that to happen, so what we would do, and we actually work to entrap her, if you will, we would encourage her to jump. Hey, we would encourage her to jump. If she started to jump, we would just bite the leash and tell her no. She's pretty much over it with us, but she's going to test mom and dad and whatever company may come over. We have to be ready for that because dogs learn in environments and scenarios. When a new person comes in, she's going to revert back to what she thought the last time or the thing that she did successfully the last time. If she never had that situation, she's going to go to where her personality takes her. At least that's my belief in working with dogs for 30 years. Let's go. Good girl. Good girl. So I didn't even have anything. She could sit here. I could be sitting here and meeting, and while we're doing it, notice I didn't have her sit just like I did when we started the video. I don't care. As long as she's not pulling on the leash or jumping on me, we're good, okay? but I would not want her to go out here. My leash is pretty much where it is. If it gets tight, she has to learn to give to me. Let's go. The other command that she loves, and you're going to see she loves it, is the place command. The place command is where we get on the bed. We can lay down, sit down, stand up, read a book. I don't care what she does as long as she stays there. She can easily do this for a couple of hours. How did we get her excited? Quite honestly, oh, she's looking at me, with a T-R-E-A-T, a tree. All right, as soon as she hit that bed, we rewarded her. I got her one right now. I want to show you what that's like. You ready, sweetheart? Okay, please. Ah, girl, good girl. She's looking at me. Treat, pat, love. Good girl. Right. Now again, she can lay down, sit down, stand up. I don't care what she does as long as she stays on the bed. Easily for a couple hours. I love oversized beds for dogs. I want them to be able to sprawl out and be really, really comfortable. They can chew on it, not chew on the bed, but they can chew an item, they can play, they can do whatever as long as they're there. It's not a sit command, it's not a down command, it's place. They can sit down, lay down, stand up, do whatever. The last thing is the heel command. The heel command, I don't use a ton for me personally, unless I'm showing off or working one of my dogs. But it's really a much more micromanaged let's go command. What is that? That means we've got an imaginary box right here by our side, okay? When we tell her to heel, she walks with us, and when we stop, she sits. You ready, sweetheart? Heel. Hand signal like that, we stop, she sits. And just to give you an idea, she holds that sit until we release her. Heel. So I'll turn, watch when I step off. She comes right back to the box. Good girl. Break. So we heard the dog next door. They have puppies. They breed Bernedoodles. So we hear dogs next door. She heard it, but guess what? She's still listening and paying attention. Could she make a mistake? Could your dog make a mistake in that situation? Yes, but that's an environment scenario. We start to work through those things, okay? She is a really good girl. I think she's going to be great at home. We do have to manage what's going on. We have to stay on top of her. Excuse me, sweetheart. We ask her to do something, she has to do it. That down stay is imperative for a willful, dominant little puppy. Again, dominant doesn't mean aggressive necessarily, but it does mean I'm an alpha in the making. And we have to let her know that she might be an alpha in the making, but we're already made alphas, okay? And that's what we want you to be. Thank you so much. You know, if any of my residency clients, if you ever need a follow-up, all you gotta do is pick up the phone and call me. Have a cat over here. I heard her and now I see her. Doesn't matter. She can sit there and be a good girl. I don't care if she watches, but if I ask her to do something, she has to do it. Back to it. If you need me, pick up the phone and give me a call, 336-945-3232. Thank you so much for choosing and working with me and watching this. Take care. God bless. Good girl.